Imagine the heartbreak of a proud football program like LSU, ranked number 20 and cruising with a 5-2 record, getting utterly dominated in a punishing 49-25 loss to number 3 Texas A&M. This wasn't just any game, it was a humbling reminder of how quickly fortunes can flip in college football. But here's where it gets controversial. Is this defeat a sign of deeper flaws in LSU's team, or just a blip against a powerhouse opponent? Stick around, and we'll dive into the 3 major lessons from that fateful Saturday night at Tiger Stadium in Baton Rouge on October 25, 2025, exploring why the Tigers struggled and what it means for their future. Heading into Week 9 of the college football season, LSU entered the matchup with high hopes, eager to prove they belonged among the elite. Texas A&M, on the other hand, arrived from College Station carrying the weight of a notorious history. They hadn't claimed victory in Death Valley, LSU's home turf, since way back in 1994. That 30-year drought finally ended in dramatic fashion, as the Aggies overwhelmed the Tigers to snap that long losing streak. Now, let's break down the 3 key takeaways from LSU's loss, starting with a closer look at their offensive woes and building up to defensive insights. We'll explain terms along the way to keep things clear for newcomers to the game, like how an interception means a defender catches a pass intended for an offensive player, flipping momentum in an instant. First up, LSU's offense remained a work in progress, unable to match the Aggies' firepower. Picture this: throughout the game, fans heard the chant "Nussmeier, sacked," echoing repeatedly across Death Valley. LSU quarterback Garrett Nussmeier endured 7 sacks in total, with a staggering 4 of them piling up in the fourth quarter alone. For context, this shattered the season's previous high of 3 sacks in their earlier 23-7 win over Louisiana Tech. While the offensive line, the players protecting the quarterback, dropped the ball on protection, there were still some bright spots in the first half. Redshirt junior linebacker Harold Perkins Jr. grabbed a crucial interception just before halftime, setting up a promising 28-yard drive led by sophomore running back Caden Durham. Yet, as the game wore on, Texas A&M's maroon and white sea of fans drowned out LSU's efforts. The Aggies racked up 6 touchdowns and a whopping 426 yards, far outpacing LSU's 3 touchdowns and 278 yards. This highlights a simple truth for beginners: a strong offense needs reliable blocking, and without it, even talented quarterbacks like Nussmeier can get overwhelmed, leading to stalled drives and turnovers that hand the ball right back to the opposition. But here's where it gets controversial. Some fans might argue that blaming the offensive line entirely overlooks coaching decisions or play-calling strategies. Was Nussmeier's performance hindered by bad luck, or did the Tigers' game plan fail to adapt to Texas A&M's aggressive defense? It's a debate that could spark heated discussions. What do you think played a bigger role? Moving to the second takeaway, LSU's defense showed flashes of brilliance but lacked the consistency needed to turn the tide. For those new to football, the defensive line is the front group tasked with pressuring the opposing quarterback and stopping runs. In this game, LSU's D-line faltered by leaving open lanes, allowing Texas A&M's quarterback Marcel Reed to sprint for the game's first score, a 41-yard touchdown. Then, in the second half, the heat intensified as wide receiver Casey Concepcion. Wait, that's unusual. Wide receivers typically catch passes, but here he rushed for a 79-yard touchdown, showing how versatile and fast A&M's offense was. On the positive side, the defense delivered some thrilling moments in the second quarter. Senior safety A.J. Haulcy snagged an interception that stopped a potential Texas A&M touchdown, and freshman safety Jase Thomas added a safety, worth 2 points, earned by tackling the quarterback in the end zone or blocking a punt into the end zone. These highlights gave Tiger fans something to cheer about, but they weren't enough to stem the tide as the Aggies marched past for a purple and gold-stained victory. To improve, LSU needs to sustain that energy across all 4 quarters, otherwise, they'll be remembered as a defense with good moments rather than a reliable unit. And this is the part most people miss: inconsistent defense can demoralize an entire team, turning a close game into a blowout, as we saw here. Finally, the third takeaway shines a spotlight on a standout performer, A.J. Haulcy, who stepped up big time on defense. With star linebacker Whit Weeks sidelined, Haulcy, sporting number 13 and already boasting 52 tackles on the season, became the hero for the Tigers. He stormed onto the field and made a game-changing interception in the second quarter, halting the Aggies on LSU's 3-yard line during a critical third down play. That play shifted momentum briefly, and Haulcy followed up with 12 tackles, leading the defense. If only the rest of the unit had coordinated better, we might have seen even more from Haulcy, perhaps forcing turnovers or shutting down drives entirely. It's a reminder that individual stars can shine, but team cohesion is key in football. In wrapping up, this loss to Texas A&M exposes areas for growth in LSU's offense and defense, while highlighting heroes like Haulcy. But here's a controversial counterpoint. Some might say LSU was simply outmatched by a superior team, and expecting perfection ignores the realities of sports. Were the Tigers victims of bad luck, or do they need a complete overhaul? What do you believe? Can LSU bounce back stronger, or is this the start of a slump? Share your thoughts in the comments. Let's debate it. Do you agree with these takeaways, or do you have a different interpretation of what went wrong? About the contributor. Why did you join the Revelli? Our current opinion editor, Garrett McEntee, introduced me to the Revelli during my senior year of high school, and I was instantly hooked. Joining the paper allowed me to hone my love for writing in a real-world setting, blending my passion with practical experience. What do you hope to do after graduation? After crossing that stage, I'm aiming for graduate school to earn a master's in creative writing. From there, I envision landing a role at a publishing house, where I can dive deeper into storytelling and bring ideas to life on the page.